The trouble code P24C6 indicates that a soot sensor, also known as a particulate matter sensor in your exhaust system, is sending incorrect data. It doesn't necessarily mean that DPF is not okay. It mostly means that the soot sensor itself is broken or its control module is not feeling good. First of all, it makes sense to visually inspect the DPF and make sure it doesn't have any cracks or leaks. If it does, the P24C6 code indicates that soot escapes the DPF through the crack. However, I've never seen this problem accompanied by only the P24C6 code. In such cases, you will have a bunch of DPF related codes, so if it's the isolated P24C6 code, you can solve it in several ways. First of all, you can actually ignore it. The broken soot sensor doesn't affect regeneration cycles, doesn't set limp mode, doesn't affect ignition or fuel supply, so it basically just lights up the emission warning light on the dashboard, and that's all. Of course, you won't be able to pass MOT or other emission tests that are necessary in your country, but technically you can ignore this code for some time. This sensor just monitors whether the expected amount of soot is in the DPF at a certain stage of regeneration cycles. So it has a pretty simple task. The best solution for the code is to replace the soot sensor along with the control module. There is literally no way to learn what failed, the sensor or the module, and they are both faulty, so replacing them both is a good idea given that they come as one part and cost about 200 pounds or euros plus about half an hour of labor cost. So it's not the most expensive repair in your life. You may save some money and buy a used one, which is about 100 pounds or on marketplaces, but I wouldn't say it's a long-lasting solution. Also, Chinese online stores sell particulate matter sensors without control modules, and you can potentially resolder the new sensor to the old module, but it may eventually just take your time and give zero results, as sensors from China will likely not work well with the old module due to their different and unpredictable calibrations. So you may or may not be lucky with this method, but I certainly don't recommend it.